Let's get it started. Whoa. Oh. What is up? Welcome to a new
Little
episode of Partially Biased. Little woo, because we're during the workday. And one of our insiders got hitched this weekend. Shout out Aaron, shout out Naya, shout out the Youngs. So we're a little behind schedule because of that. Because all stuff you got to get done on the weekend got pushed back to Monday when we usually record. But that is a-okay. So we're going to try to keep it short. Holden, how was your weekend?
Hey man, it was a great weekend. It was good to see you. It was good to see all the boys. It's good to see all the ladies. We had a wonderful time, as you mentioned, and yeah, it was a great wedding. It was wonderful. I'm trying to piece some of the night together, but it was a great weekend.
Dude, no, that was a rough one. Those drinks are strong for sure. No, it was wonderful. Golly, I wish Sunday was better. Jeez, that was tough. I guess we'll get right into recap after, my name's Sean. I'm partial to Buffalo Bills.
My name is Holden. Partial to Washington Commanders.
And this is Partially Biased.
Partially Biased.
So with biased takes from biased fans, partially. So I guess we'll do our negatives before our positives this week. And I'll just start. That sucked. We had everything against us. Those injuries just proved to be too much. The heat was awful. We had guys dropping like flies out there. I saw reports that with the heat index on our sideline, it was up to 120 heat index wise. That's just too damn hot to be playing football, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Need to demolish that stadium, get another one. Feel bad for Tua. I don't think that was intentional. But I think Matt Milano didn't know that would result in him getting hurt. I am interested to see how that plays out because I do think he was concussed. As someone who's had a few concussions, I was like, that guy is not right.
Did not look like he was feeling okay after that. I mean, that was bad. And then you got guys holding him up. I mean, it was like, dude,
scary stuff.
It is scary for sure. When your head bounces off the turf like that,
those are the worst
whatever
ones.
It is, turf, grass, it's the ground. It bounced.
You get that natural whiplash almost.
Oh God, dude, it was so bad. But
dude.
Yeah, I mean, I respect for him staying in the game because it is that. But at the same time, it's like, dude, don't risk your life over this. At the same time, I mean, like that could get really dangerous really fast, especially if this leads to something. I mean, I guess they said he didn't have a concussion, but I don't know.
Yeah, they were saying back injury, and that's kind of weird. Really tough loss.
Like,
what you saying?
Like a hyperextended back. They said so. I don't know.
I never know how that works. Like, I mean, I've had my back be tight a few times or be sore. I've never had it to where it's like, oh, you hyperextend your back. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? Going well. Act like we never left, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Technical difficulties. We are back.
We're gonna knock this out. I think I was like, we thought we were talking about Bills, Miami. It stunk. We're gonna get them next time.
We're just talking about Tua's concussion and all that stuff.
Yeah, hope he's okay.
I'll
just leak it now. That's gonna affect my pick for the Thursday night game. That little bit of information. I think if we're honestly just a tad healthier or playing at home, we win that game 9 times out of 10. The one positive takeaway I will have is our first round pick, Kaiir Elam, was on Tyreek Hill all day and like essentially took him out of the game. So that was huge to see that. Like, that was good. Like, I know we're really low at cornerback right now, but like once we get your Davis White back and people healthy, like that's a good sign for the future. It's like, oh, this guy can look like a stud. That and Greg Rousseau's looking really good. Holden, you want to say anything about Washington?
Not really, but I guess I will. You just can't come out flat again like that. You came out flat, and then you come out flat the next week. I mean, I guess if you want to look at something positive, Miami didn't score. The Eagles didn't score again in the second half, and you generated a little bit of offense, but it's too little, too late. You can't win football games like that. You go to the drawing board. You got to figure it out. Last week you didn't come out the same way again. If you do it 3 weeks in a row, like you're already talking about you're already starting to talk about changes. And it sucks because
Mhm.
you don't want to, and it's still
No.
early for Ron, and he's trying to deal, with the cards he's got in his hand, but it's tough. It's still early for Carson, which I'd like to think of these new quarterbacks in these situations as like still trying to work on generating points and figuring things out. But this offensive line too is just kind of the Chase Roulier injury last week hurt. You had to
Yeah.
basically plug in a guy who plays guard at center, and then you had to sign a guy off the street. And I'm
Mhm.
almost wondering if this dude off the street would be a better because he's an actual true center.
Mhm.
So I'm sure they're going to be looking around player personnel and stuff this week. But I mean, it's Dallas week, so
I mean, we're in the
it's
same boat.
now.
We were down to
This
our
is
third
it.
center.
Like,
You know.
yeah, this is it. I mean, you got to win this week, or else the division is going
You
to
can't
end up being Phillies or the Cowboys. So
can't go down 0-2 in this division. Not with Giants even
nope.
sitting at 2-1. Like they gave
Yep.
that's tough. Which
Yeah. So
I don't know. Sorry to hear it, man.
no, it's all good. We're gonna flush this one, and hopefully next week I'm gonna be sitting here like, hey, everything's good. But
Yeah. I think he's gotta get
I'm
clicking.
getting close. I'm getting close to that. Like, oof, what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Not a fun time, especially during this early in the season.
exactly, it's week 4, dude. Like, this is not.
You're hoping
Yeah,
you would at least make
not
it till
good.
week 7,
Exactly.
So it's like y'all got to get together, and you need Philly and Dallas to drop some games for sure.
Exactly. Which could happen.
I mean, it could. I mean, tough schedules all around for sure, but yeah, we're just got to wait and see. My other little upset of the week was Colts over the Chiefs. That was good to see. Because screw the Chiefs.
We were writing the Colts off. We were writing the Colts off big time, and
Any given
they
Sunday,
came
baby.
out and that this first 3 weeks have proven nothing but that with what
Mhm.
we've seen. So I love it and I hate it at the same time, but you get a chance every week.
Yeah. Dude, I will say one thing real quick is are the Broncos the worst 2-1 team? I mean, they have to be, right?
Well, that's another thing. Is like
What a
their
dumb
defense is
game.
playing really well. Their defense really is playing at a high level. I think they're a top 3 defense in total points allowed.
Yeah.
If you go back and date back, their offense can't seem to generate anything.
No.
But
Awful.
it's like I don't get it. I mean,
Is it
maybe
play
it's still
calling?
just
Is it
a
Russ?
little early for Russ.
Didn't
I
play
don't know. I guess we'll
preseason.
see as the weeks go on. That's true. As the weeks go on, we'll start to see if things change on the offense. But their defense is playing well. They're forcing turnovers.
Yeah.
And
Bradley Chubb's
they
nice.
do have and Randy Gregory on the other side's nice. I mean, that was a
And
big
about
pickup
him.
too.
Huge for
Yeah,
the
no,
Cowboys.
dude, absolutely. That was a huge piece. That's why they're using Parsons in more of that role on the other side of DeMarcus Lawrence, because once they lost Gregory, they were like, all right, we need another second pass rusher to really generate extra pressure. So those two guys on that side are good. And they also have I don't think he's a rookie. He might be a second-year cornerback out of Alabama, and he's playing well.
Pat Surtain? He's nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's playing well. So, I mean, like, they've got a lot of good pieces. They're holding teams to low scores, but they're just not generating offense. So
it's going to be interesting to see when they play a division game. Like, I think that's going to be the true test. It's like, okay, how are you going to limit the Chiefs? How are you going to limit against an injured, lost LA Chargers team now with Justin Herbert looking a little off, and then I don't know, the Raiders, who are almost dead at 0-3. They need
worst team in the league, technically. I mean, they don't have a win. They do not have a win,
and they've been
which
close.
is wild.
They've been close. It's like it hasn't been blowout losses either. So,
for sure.
But anything else about recap, or you want to move it on?
No, I want to flush this week, and I want to get on to week 4, baby.
Burn it all. F it.
Flush it. Flush it.
Thursday night, Dolphins, Bengals. I already kind of told you I'm going Bengals. Yes, this is a little bit of a revenge pick, but also I think just generally statistically, coming off a short week, Tua potentially being injured, Bengals maybe having a little bit of a reset against the Jets, being like, okay, we are who we are. We can still move the ball. We can still be effective. I think it'll be close, but I'm hoping Bengals come out on top on this one. So I'll take them.
Yeah. This week, I'm not going too deep into analysis on picks, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. I just think they're starting to get a little bit, they kind of got a little bit right against the Jets. This Miami team does scare me a little bit, but I still think, like you said, injury to Tua could rattle him up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Jamar Chase is due for a bigger game against. He thought he was going to have a breakout game last week.
Yeah.
He didn't think he needs a big game this week. So I'm gonna go with Bengals.
No, for sure. Gosh, Chase has been quiet. He's got to wake up. Love that. We're both on the Bengals. Quick tangent. I think we split last week. We had a few upsets, but we're still right on the line. We're still at 500, I think, for picks, which for me, I'll take that as a win. Moving on, old NFC rivalry here. Vikings Saints. Keep it short. I'm gonna take the Vikings. They look good. They look a lot better. They bounced back from that loss against the Packers. The Saints look bad. Jameis looks hurt. I know like Carolina got a little lucky with getting a defensive touchdown, but the Saints need a quarterback. They are loaded at wide receiver and a running back, and the defense is good. They just need someone who can move the ball consistently. But so that's why I'm going Vikings here.
Yeah, I think I got to take the Vikings with you. I just think their offense is powerful. I mean, Saints do have a decent defense, but after what I saw last week, and sometimes too, it's so hard to what's the right word? I can't think of it. Anyways, it's just so hard to base all my decisions off of what I saw last week than what I've seen in kind of the course of this season so far. Mm-hmm. I still think I want to take the Vikings this week because I do like that Detroit team. I really do. Yeah. And put up 28 points and held them to 24. I mean, I think that was a little bit more of a bounce back game, and I just see them. Still think Justin Jefferson too. I mean, put up another dud. Like after week one, I'm like, this dude's gonna be unstoppable.
Nope.
And these LSU receivers are falling off, man. Where's the breakout? Where's the consistency? So
I agree with you, and it makes you wonder if that's on a coaching or a player thing. Or on the opposite end, our defenses, did they wise up after last year and be like, we got to take him out the game. We take him out the game, and we just take our chances with everyone else. So.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, Vikings have to scheme to get him open because he is just such a tremendous talent. But I'm with you, and this will tie into it. We're going Seahawks Lions on this next pick, but just talking about your point about Vikings Lions, I'm getting a little worried for the Lions. I mean, we only got one win against the Commandos, and I like this team. I like Dan Campbell, and part of me doesn't want to say he's on the hot seat because he's so well liked. They may give him a year 3. But he's got to start winning some games. He's got to start winning some football games. Otherwise, it's going to be trouble in paradise real quick. And DeAndre Swift got another injury. I mean, week to week, we'll see how that goes. But that being said, Seahawks Lions, they're playing in Detroit. They played well last time they were in Detroit. I hate the Seahawks team. I'm betting against them all year because forget Phil Carroll. Lions all day. They got too much heart, too much pride. Pun intended.
Yes, we're going same again. I also like the Lions this week. I think their offense can generate too many points. I just think that their defense isn't great, but I think they're going to be able to score enough. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I mean, a lot of their losses have been close. I mean, their two losses have been close, and they beat us. So, I'm going with the Lions again this week, man. I can't remember. No, did I pick Vikings I think I picked the Vikings last week. I almost wanted to pick the Lions last week, but I think they're still kind of close to that. They're still trying to work on figuring out how to win those games.
Yeah.
I think against a not great Seahawks team, they can get a win.
Yeah, I agree. No, I mean, I almost said the same thing with Saints Carolina last week. I was like, I don't think the Saints team is that good. I think Carolina maybe could sneak one out if they just play it right, if they just play conservatively. But moving on. This one should be an easy one. Hopefully a bounce back for our Steelers fans after a tough loss on last week's Thursday night game. Steelers-Jets, we got to see more out of the running game and the quarterback position. I know weather was an issue last week, but Steelers are back at home. Jets are the Jets. I'm taking the Steelers in this one.
I don't know. This one's actually a little bit
tougher than you think, right?
I thought. Yeah.
Right?
I almost want to take the Jets in this spot. I don't know why.
You took them last week against the Bengals. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Okay, Holden. Yeah,
we need a few different picks. We need a few different picks on here.
No, we definitely do. I mean, you got to catch up to me somehow, No, but so we're both on the Steelers. Okay.
No, I'm not on the Steelers.
No, you're on the Jets. Gee, I can't even finish that. I don't like that. Yeah. So I'm on the Steelers. You're on the Jets. That probably was a good matchup back when Rex Ryan in 2008.
Oh yeah, for
Defensive
sure.
slugfest.
Definitely.
Recording in
Hey,
progress.
we got the recording going. Let's go.
Dude, just like we've always done.
Dude, this is what, take 4 of this week?
God, dude, it's just like this is like our best week ever. So it's like we just got to keep doing it over and over again. I just can't stop talking
It's
about this
been,
week.
we're going to go like our best bets, our picks, everything's just going to hit. It's going to be such a cool week. And both our teams are going to win. So it's just been like, we want to redo it over and over and over and over again.
Yes, all the times, dude. Let's start it off. Bears, Giants. Who do you have, Holden?
Yeah, so I got the Bears in this matchup.
That's crazy.
I think are we going full explanation, or are we just knocking picks out?
Whatever you want, dude. Whatever you want.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna do it real quick. I just think the Bears are gonna run all over the Giants. I don't love this Giants team.
What?
I'm biased in that, but give me Justin Fields, his elusiveness, and Herbert to just kind of run all over them. I do like Saquon Barkley a lot. I expect him to have some explosive plays, but I just like this Bears team more because I don't like the Giants because they're in my division. So I got to do that, right? Because it's partially biased.
It's partially biased. It's in the show name. I mean, what can you say? Wow, there's some really expert points and analysis, but let me tell you why you're absolutely wrong. Okay, the Giants are playing at home. They didn't play that bad against Dallas. Dallas is a lot better team than Chicago's stinky butts. Those guys stink. They are terrible. I'm partially biased because I bet their win season under, so I need them to lose as much as possible. I think Saquon looks healthy. I think they'll find a way to win. I also think the Giants are better coached, so I'm going with the G-Men. Let's move it to a different division, a division game. God, this is a hot contest. This is one of your favorite teams ever, not named the Washington Commanders. Indianapolis Colts versus the Titans of Tennessee. Let me tell you something, Holden. I know who you're going to pick. I know you're picking the Colts.
Who's that?
You love the Colts. You love them so much. You wish you were born a Colts fan. I just know it. Life would be a lot sweeter in a Peyton Manning jersey.
Yeah, it freaking would have been. I mean, you had some good years that you're always. Oh, my
Harrison.
Hey, do you know Marvin Harrison Jr. goes to Ohio State? Did you know that?
I think I actually did hear that this year. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I should have known.
We're getting old, dude.
Harrison Jr. Yeah.
But let me tell you something, Holden. This Colts team,
we're still young.
Are still.
Don't say that.
This Colts team are still frauds. Still huge frauds. They snuck one out against KC. I mean, any given Sunday, am I right? Let's not overreact to that win. The Titans are still the better team and have had their number the past 2 seasons. I think the Titans will roll on the road.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to go Colts here. I just think that they're coming off a good win, and I just feel that's going to give them a little bit of momentum. This is like one of those Frank Reich. This same thing happened to him last year. They started off a little shaky, and then they kind of got a game, and it comes with this team. And I think they're going to come out here. It's going to be a division game. The Titans had their number last year. I don't
They're going to get that revenge.
I'm not saying that the quarterback play is better because I don't think it is.
No.
But I think they're going to get that revenge. Yeah. So I'm going Colts, baby.
Wow. What a divisive episode we have this week.
I know. I love it.
Let's keep it in the AFC. Half in the AFC South. Texans, Chargers. Chargers dealing with a ton of injuries. Safe to say there is a chance that maybe Texans win this ball game. Really not that bad. Lovie Smith making them look a little better. Doesn't matter. I'm going Bolts with Justin Herbert and that loaded offense. I'm also thinking about taking Austin Eckler anytime TD score. Simply put, he's due.
Agree. I thought he was due last week. It's like, at what point can you say he's due, but so many times? It's like, it's week 4, dude. You had 18 tutters last year. Like, you need to get in the freaking end zone and help your team win. You can't be putting up 10 points on offense. I mean, y'all got weapons. Keenan Allen's healthy, healthier.
He better be.
They need to get they need to get this thing going because, I mean, this is a tough division, and they seem to be falling out of contention here like the Raiders almost, and giving the Chiefs and the Broncos a chance to kind of make it a two-man race. So I do think the Bolts are going to win. I do worry about all the injuries that they've had, but this Texans team to me is just not great, and I think they can be competitive. Yeah, and they're definitely competitive.
Better than last year.
But they're still one of those teams that just aren't very good. Yeah,
No.
definitely. I like Mills. I think he's like an okay quarterback. He's not like terrible. I mean, he's
top
decent,
10, baby.
But I think but I do think the Bulls
need
to get this win, which is why I just think Nah, I don't. Nah, I don't.
I'm just teasing.
I was thinking about it. I was like, do I? Nah. Yeah, go Bolts in this one, man. Go. I did think about it. Well, because for a second I thought we were talking about Herbert. I'm like, yeah, I would definitely take Herbert over Wentz.
Yeah, just on age alone, I think the ceiling's just a little higher. I just want to have a quick talking point off of some of that you said. I think even if the Chargers do lose this game, the division is still not out of reach. I mean, they only have one division loss. I mean, I think, Broncos and Raiders are playing later this week, so depending on how that plays out, it's not too late for them. There's still a ton. One division games. This division is coming down to division games. Every division does, but definitely this one in particular.
True. Yeah, no, it's definitely not out of the question that they can't like turn it around, but they need to get healthy. I think they said Bosa should come back later this year, but they need him to come back. Like, I mean, losing him from a pass rush perspective is a big deal. Just like, I mean, you need to generate pass rush. So,
I mean, that just adds more value on that offseason edition of Khalil Mack because now they're not totally just reliant on him. So, but either way, we're both on the Bolts, keeping it rolling, keeping it moving to an exciting, crazy game. Cleveland Browns, Atlanta Falcons. Holden, are the Falcons going to upset the Browns?
I don't see it, man. I like the Brownies in this one. I just think Myles Garrett's going to give it a go after the car accident that he had this weekend.
Very similar to when Cam Newton had that car accident a few years back.
Yes.
If you do recall.
I do. And I like this defense, and I like this running game, and I like Amari Cooper. And
Amari Cooper's having a great season. Arguably better than when he was on the Cowgirls.
And I love it, too, because it just – I know that our Cowboys expert is just like, why? And it's because Jerry Jones is an idiot, and that's why. So, yeah,
you saw the 88 on CD Lamb's back, and he was like, I don't need another wide receiver besides 88.
I know. Well, it'll come to haunt him very soon. It'll haunt very soon once they see how much Amari continues to produce in this Browns offense. I just think it's going to continue. I think they said the Browns hadn't had a back-to-back 100-yard receiver since like 2014. Maybe that's wrong, but it's been a long time since they've had a back-to-back 100-yard game receiver.
I mean, probably since Josh Gordon. I don't know.
I think that sounds right. And I'm like, I think he's going to do it again this week. I think he's going to put up another hundo. So, I like the Browns here at minus 1, 1.5, whatever you can get at. Like that a lot.
Holden, I'm with you 100%. This Atlanta team stinks. They'll be competitive, but they are still really, really bad. And you can't trust Marcus Mariota. He's been in the league too long. I'm sorry. He is not the future. I like the Browns. I'll even take the spread because I still think this defense is just fine without Myles Garrett. I think Nick Chubb is a dang stud. So as long as he doesn't fumble the rock and is effective, they're going to win ball games. So we're both on the Brownies.
Yes, sir.
You're going to love talking about this game. You know why?
Tell me what's up.
It's your game of the week, baby.
Love my game of the week.
Well, actually, the Washington Commanders are going all the way to Big D, to Jerry World. They're taking a trip to Jerry World. Are they going to walk away with a W?
If they don't, I might have to cancel the show here, boss, because I don't know if I can. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be in full
need you. They need us.
I'm going to be in full panic mode if we lose this game. You cannot go down 0-2 in the division. You cannot go 1-3 on the season.
Very true.
And expect to fight for a playoff spot here.
I completely agree.
You got to get to 500, and you got to get this nasty taste out of our mouths from last week.
You do.
Our captain, Terry McLaurin, said. And I expect to win here. And I expect nothing less than a strong fight back in our fresh threads. and Commanders all day. That's it.
Technically, you're undefeated in those new uniforms.
Technically, we've never lost a game in these new uniforms, so we will say that there's
keep
some
that streak
things
alive.
trending
They're
on our
lucky.
side.
Exactly.
Let's go,
That's
baby.
an X factor that the Cowboys will not be ready for.
Look good, feel good, play good. Can't wait.
I'm sorry, I got to stick to my word. I told you last week was the last week that I would buy in to your pro-Washington rhetoric. Because at the end of the day, my record has to be better than yours. And it's tight. It's tight. I need as big a cushion as I can get. So I'm going to have to take that other team that's not Washington this week.
It's fine, man. Guess what? You know what? I can't be mad. You know, it's like the way we've been performing. Yeah, it's something like we shouldn't win, but I feel like just deep down, and it could just be the fandom in me, but I just feel like I know we can play better than what we've been playing, and I just hope I see it this week. But like, this team is better than this. Like, we're better than this. So like, let's freaking see it, man. Come on. Yep. I know we're better than this. I know it.
You know it.
I know some of these core pieces are like good. Like, I just know it. I saw it last year with, they are, dude.
Okay.
They are.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, I either see this going one of two ways. Either me picking Dallas is going to jinx it, and it's reverse psychology. Washington will win, or I know a lot of Washington.
Maybe I should pick the Cowboys. Is it too early? Is it too early to do it?
Maybe it's still a little too early.
I don't know. I might have to switch my pick. I might have to switch my pick right now.
That would make me sad. Well, we have a lot of Washington front office people and players who watch the show. So if they see me, they hear me picking Dallas over them, I think that's really going to light a fire in their butts. So, so this may do us a favor.
I'm half tempted. I'm half tempted.
Go to the dark side. You might text Anthony, tell him to send you some Dallas gear for Christmas.
No, we're going to win this one. I feel confident. I feel it. Come on, baby. Here we go. We got this. All right.
Move it on, baby. DC. Move it on. Oh, a crazy game with huge upset potential. The Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to the city of brotherly love. That's right. Philadelphia, baby. Eagles, Jags. I'm half tempted just to pick off mascots. I mean, a Jaguar would eat an eagle, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
If you think about it. Just like a commander would stop a cowboy. It's got to be Eagles here. They're a great team until proven otherwise. I think they are beatable. This Jags team is leaps and bounds better than the team we saw under Urban Myers, just on a rushing attack front. But I think the Eagles are one of the teams to beat right now, and I'm going to ride the hot hand. Go Birds.
Yep. Can't take the Eagles. I just can't do it. Personally, it just hurts me too much. I got to take the Jags here. The Jags have looked good. Their only loss was to a really good freaking team. And now they've got back-to-back, wins. They shut out the Colts, and then they just stomped on the Chargers. So they're putting up points. We're starting to see a little bit more progression each game, each week. And I like the Jags as an upset right here. I just really do. And I like the 6.5 a lot. Yeah.
I do like the 6.5. I think
the Eagles are good. The Eagles are good. I will say that. The Eagles are good, but
they're not perfect.
There's something that continues to stall in the second half of games.
What's up with
that? And it just seems like, I don't know. And
maybe they don't have that
in
them. Maybe they just
they don't. Who knows? Or maybe they feel like they do enough in the first that they can, they can coast, whatever. Yeah. And they've had 2 games where they've been able to do that, but I don't think they can do it against this Jags team that just seems like they are just hot. Nah,
already
you
resting,
can't do that,
baby.
man.
One half at a time.
Can't do it.
One half at a time.
One injury can change everything, man. A lot of things can happen this season.
Rotating that depth.
Long season. Long season,
brother. I tell you what.
Duval.
Ooh, Duval. On that note, we're going to move it on to a very special game near and dear to my heart for multiple reasons, in which I will go in depth about. Buffalo Bills are traveling to Charm City to play the Baltimore Ravens. And guess what, Holden? I'm going to the damn football game. All right?
Oh, my gosh.
Rain, sleet, snow, or shine. barring a natural disaster like a hurricane, I'm gonna be there to cheer on
That's
the
gonna be
boys.
freaking awesome in enemy
I'm
territory.
yelling, I love you, Josh Allen, as at the top of my lungs.
Just be careful. Just don't get punched or get in a fight with any Ravens fans.
Let me
I
tell
know
you,
you can
brother,
hold your own,
I'm running.
but
I ain't fighting. I'm running. I can't catch
smart
another charge.
because they will all start ganging up. Just
Oh,
try
I'm
to find
outnumbered.
some people. Just try to find some people and in your area and
Nah, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it low profile. I mean, you remember that time we went to West Virginia for the Oklahoma game? I kept it low profile the whole time. Low pro.
true,
I was
true,
like,
true,
game's gonna speak for themselves,
true.
unless it's like some outrageous play, like the last time we played them when we returned a touchdown for 98 yards or an interception for 98 yards. God willing, that happens. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm going Bills, baby. I just got it. I know it's gonna be sloppy, but we're gonna find a way after a tough week. We're gonna come back a little healthier. We're not gonna be playing in 120-degree heat index. It's got to be Bills, baby. You riding? Or you fading?
Yeah, I'll go Buffalo too. I'll go Buffalo too. I'll go Buffalo too. It's a tough one for me, but I'll go Buffalo too. Coming off a loss is a big deal for them, I think. Lamar's
Yeah.
playing really well.
He is.
If it turns into a running game, Josh can run too. So yeah, let's go Bills on this one.
I think the Ravens are giving up a few more points on defense too, if I'm not mistaken. I know we got injuries and Lamar Jackson is a human highlight reel, but I'll be excited to see how it goes. It'll be a good game nonetheless. Definitely get some crab cakes and some natty bow.
That sounds good, boy.
Let's throw it to the NFC here. Another matchup I almost want to take just on mascots. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers. I think these two teams, yeah, they have the same record, both 1-2. Battle of the 12s. Does Carolina somehow get lucky again like last week and they're able to squeak a win out, Holden?
I don't see it. I like this. I don't love this Cardinals team, but I like them enough to like them more than the Panthers. I think Kyler Murray's elusiveness will be too much for this Carolina defense.
Agree.
I don't know. I think the Cards are still a competitive are just a far more competitive team than the Panthers. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Cards.
I think this Cards team needs a coaching change. I don't have a lot to base that off of, but I feel there's too much talent on paper. I know they have some injuries, like with J.J. Watt or whatever, and obviously the suspension to D-Hop hurts. But on paper, this team should be winning games. I understand losing to a team like the Rams, or I'm trying to think of another good team they played that they lost to, or Kansas City, whatever. But I think this is an identity game for them, and they have to roll the Panthers. Otherwise, I'm saying even if you squeak by, you're sounding that alarm, because you know those division games against the Rams and the Niners are coming, and you gotta post up those wins. I'm going Cardinals. Wish the Panthers were better. Wish Baker was better, but this is not a wish league. This is a league of realism.
Dang right.
Speaking of division games, we're going to a huge one here. AFC West Broncos going all the way to the mothership of Las Vegas. And let me tell you, Holden, the Rams are going to win this football game. Not the Rams, the Raiders. The Raiders are going to win this football game. The Rams are going to win too, but we're going to get them that in 2 picks. Raiders are 0-3. No one would have guessed that they would have started off 0-3. I'm almost curious what the Vegas odds of that were. If you were to parlay like each game in a row or something like that, like, oh yeah, they lose. There's too much talent on this Raiders team. They lost a tough one at home to the Cardinals 2 weeks ago, so they still do play well at home. This Broncos team stinks. I hate them because of Russell Wilson, because I know that they should be so great because of them, and it just hasn't showed up. So I'm taking the Raiders. Fight me on it.
Let's ride.
Broncos.
Taking the Broncos. Taking the Broncos in this matchup.
They're so
don't really know
smelly.
why. I think the defense is good. I think the offense will eventually start to click here soon. And give me, even though I don't like saying it, the Broncos, and having the Raiders 0-4, which essentially knocks them out of really playoff contention in my eyes. I mean, unless they have like a massive turnaround like Miami last year.
Yeah.
Something just wild.
A lot of games, especially division games. Because like right now, it's like they're in that weird spot where if they were someone to win a division game, you're like, okay, we can crawl back. But if you lose a division
Yeah.
game 0-4, it's pretty much a wrap at that point.
Yep.
And
Let's rock.
all that big offseason splash was for naught. Wow, such a divisive episode, Holden.
I
Can't
love
wait
it.
to
It's
kick
gonna
your
be it's gonna
butt
be fun.
Sunday. It's gonna be fun
Dang right,
going
boy.
up all these games. Pats Packers, Holden. I've known you for years. I can assume we're gonna pick the same on this. This Patriots team was no good before the Mac Jones injury. They're even worse. Part of me wonders if Brian Hoyer has a little bit of like old backup magic left, but at the same time, this team stinks. Packers defense is good. Their Pats defense is as good as the Tampa defense. I'm almost tempted to take Packers -10 in
Yeah.
Lambeau.
10 is
Cover
a
well at home. I'm taking that. Put that on my card.
the 10 is a lot. It scares me a little bit, but I would take this Packers team with or without Mac. I just think it's Aaron Rodgers and he's at home. And, after the 0-1 start,
Yep.
they've won 2 straight and they're playing a little bit better.
Yep.
And I think that's only going to continue as the season moves on. Really big games. So taking a pack. Go Pack, go.
Wow, you are absolutely crazy. Sorry, I'm actually legitimately taking that right now. I forgot how good the Packers are at home. It's actually fell to -9.5. Wow, even better. All
There
right,
you go.
it's in there. Free money. They cover so many spreads at home. Doesn't matter. Moving it on to a very weird game. Weird commercials for this game of Tom Brady passing the torch off to Pat, even though way two different playing styles and personalities. Chiefs Bucks. Holden, are you riding with the goat or are you riding with the young buck?
I'm gonna ride with the young buck on this one, bud.
That
Just
is
think coming.
smart.
I know they're both coming off losses, but I
Mm-hmm.
just think I like the firepower a little bit more with the Chiefs. I know Mike Evans is coming back,
Yeah.
but I still think Patrick Mahomes just is. I don't know.
He's
I
Patrick
think it's just going to get the
Mahomes.
better of Tom Brady. And that Bucks defense. The Bucks defense has not played as good as they have in the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think in this spot, I just happen to like the Chiefs. It's just a gut feeling. I don't know.
Something crazy with that game too is the game is supposed to be hosted in Tampa. If you've been paying attention to any social media or TV, you know that Tampa is underwater right now because of a large storm. And there have been
I think they
reports
did come out that they are going to keep the game in Tampa. I
that
did hear
is
that.
ridiculous. I don't understand how that's
I
physically
believe
possible.
so. I believe so.
If
I
that's the
believe.
case, I
You
might
can
have.
fact check me, but
If that's the case, I may have to switch to Bucks just because their run game's a little better. That field's gonna be sloppy. We'll see. I don't know how they're playing that there. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs. This Bucks team is injured. It is old. It is not as good as the past 2 years. Um, Also, Chiefs coming off a loss. Just saying. Just saying. Pissed off Pat. I don't know if I want to deal with him.
that's what I'm saying.
And also only a 1 point favorite. That's kind of wild. A little
That's good.
disrespectful.
Yeah, it is. That's a tight game. Well, I don't know. It's going to be a close game.
For sure, my guy. Well, let's wrap it up with our Monday night special NFC West. The Rams are playing in the Bay, the San Francisco Bay. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be the Rams. There's just too many injuries for the San Francisco team. Trouble in paradise. Losing Trent Williams is huge. There's that line has an even harder task of eliminating Aaron Donald, Bobby Wagner, and Jalen Ramsey. And this is a very good LA defending Super Bowl championship team, and they're starting to roll a little. I think this Niners team does not have enough firepower.
You said it perfectly, my friend.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Rams, and I don't have to say much more on it. You nailed it like a split hog.
that's right, baby. You know, we just be doing that. Ooh, well, that's our picks for the week. Hold best bets.
Best bets. We're gonna dial up a little money line parlay.
No.
Vikings,
Yeah.
Browns,
Yeah.
Bengals. Vikings, Browns, Bengals. And then I want Jahan Dotson over 33.5. And I want
Spicy.
I
I think I'm
want
gonna follow you on that parlay. Actually,
I mean
I like
it's
that a
it's
lot.
it's a It's a dial, dude. It's a dial right there. And then
Tyler up.
then I'll also take
Whoa.
a sprinkle on Washington money line because this is it. Need it, want it. Let's go get it.
Season's on the line. Put up or shut up, baby. Oh, let me tell you what I got. I got Dallas over 4 team total sacks, whatever the team total for sacks is. I'm taking it. If it's over 4, I may be tempted to push that to 6 because y'all's O line looked like crap last week against Philly. And
We fixed it. It's
the
not gonna hit.
boys have a better pass rush than Philly. They absolutely made the Giants look silly. That's the whole reason they won the damn ball game. I'm taking the Brown spread. I'm taking the Packers spread, and I'll take the Chiefs. Josh Allen any touchdown score. Austin Eckler anytime touchdown score. He's due. He can't go
Love
into
it.
week 4 with no tutters. This can't happen.
Love it. Love it.
Can't happen. All right. Well, got the picks. Got the best bets. Holden, anything else to say for the fans at home?
All or nothing, baby. Go Commandos.
Oh, well, we love you. Hope you won all your bets. We were actually recording this time, so that's great. Love you. Have a great weekend.
Peace, brother.